Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is not just Iran's supreme leader, he is the most powerful individual in the Islamic Republic, holding authority over the military, judiciary, media, and the nation's entire political system. For more than 3 decades, his decisions have shaped Iran's domestic policies, its regional influence, and its tense relationship with the West. To his supporters, Khamenei is the guardian of the 1979 Islamic Revolution, a leader who protected Iran's independence and Islamic identity. To his critics, he is a symbol of repression, censorship, and absolute rule. Understanding Khamenei means understanding how religion, power, and revolution merged to create modern Iran. This is the story of Ali Khamenei, from a modest religious upbringing in Mashhad to the highest seat of power in the Middle East. Ali Khamenei was born on July 17, 1939, in the holy city of Mashhad, northeastern Iran. His father was a respected Shia cleric, but the family lived simply, without wealth or political privilege. From an early age, Khamenei was immersed in Islamic studies, learning Arabic, theology, and the traditions of Shia Islam. Unlike many political leaders who grow up surrounded by influence, Khamenei's early life was shaped by discipline, scholarship, and modest living. He developed a deep interest in Persian poetry, literature, and translation, which later influenced his speeches and ideological writings. As Iran moved through rapid modernization under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, many religious scholars felt that Iran's Islamic identity was being eroded. Western influence, secular reforms, and close ties with the United States angered conservative clerics. Khamenei became increasingly drawn to revolutionary ideas, especially those of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who openly challenged the Shah's authority. During the 1960s and 1970s, Khamenei became involved in underground political activity. He translated revolutionary Islamic texts, organized religious gatherings, and delivered anti-Shah speeches that criticized Western influence and authoritarian rule. His activism attracted the attention of the Shah's secret police, SAVAK, which closely monitored and arrested dissidents. Khamenei was imprisoned multiple times, interrogated, and subjected to harsh treatment. These experiences hardened his ideological beliefs and strengthened his loyalty to Khomeini's vision of an Islamic state governed by religious law. For Khamenei, opposition to the Shah was not just political, it was spiritual. He believed Iran's future depended on returning to Islamic values and freeing the country from foreign influence. In 1979, after months of mass protests, strikes, and unrest, the Shah fled Iran. Ayatollah Khomeini returned from exile, and the Islamic Republic of Iran was declared. The revolution transformed Iran's political system completely. The monarchy was replaced by a religious state led by clerics. Power shifted from royal authority to Islamic leadership. Khamenei, now recognized as a loyal revolutionary figure, quickly rose through the new political system. He held positions in the Revolutionary Guards, worked in cultural and religious institutions, and became a trusted supporter of Khomeini's ideology. The early years of the Islamic Republic were chaotic. Iran faced internal opposition, international isolation, and violent power struggles. Yet Khamenei navigated these challenges carefully, building relationships and strengthening his position within the new regime. In 1981, while delivering a speech in Tehran, Khamenei survived an assassination attempt when a bomb hidden in a tape recorder exploded. The blast severely injured his right arm, leaving it permanently damaged. The attack elevated his status as a revolutionary survivor and strengthened public sympathy toward him. Later that same year, Khamenei was elected president of Iran, becoming the country's second president after the revolution. His presidency coincided with the brutal Iran-Iraq War, which lasted from 1980 to 1988 and resulted in hundreds of thousands of deaths. During the war, Khamenei worked closely with the military and religious leadership to maintain national unity. He promoted the idea of sacrifice, resistance, and Islamic duty, reinforcing the revolutionary spirit among the population. Although the president had authority, real power remained with supreme leader Ayatollah Khomeini. Still, Khamenei gained valuable experience in governance, diplomacy, and crisis management. When Ayatollah Khamenei died in 1989, Iran faced a major leadership crisis. The position of supreme leader required the highest religious authority, yet Khamenei was not a senior cleric. But Khamenei had other plans. Over the next decade, he quietly consolidated power, building loyalty within the military, judiciary, intelligence services, and religious institutions. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, became his strongest pillar of support. Gradually, Khamenei transformed himself from a seemingly weak leader into the most powerful figure in Iran. Khamenei restructured Iran's political system so that all major institutions ultimately answered to him. Presidents were elected, but their power was limited. The judiciary, media, and military remained under the supreme leader's influence. Political opposition was carefully controlled. Reformist politicians, journalists, activists, and academics who challenged the system faced censorship, arrest, or exile. The 2009 Green Movement, sparked by disputed election results, became a defining moment. Millions protested across Iran, demanding political reforms. Khamenei responded with force, declaring the protests a foreign-backed conspiracy. Security forces crushed the movement, reinforcing his grip on power. Khamenei has consistently viewed the United States and Israel as Iran's primary enemies. He believes Western powers seek to weaken Iran and undermine Islamic governance. Iran's nuclear program became a central source of international tension. While Iranian officials insisted the program was peaceful, Western nations feared nuclear weapon development. In 2015, Iran signed a nuclear deal with world powers, limiting its nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. Khamenei allowed the agreement cautiously but remained skeptical of Western intentions. When the United States withdrew from the deal in 2018, tensions escalated. Khamenei responded by strengthening Iran's ties with Russia and China and expanding Iran's regional influence. Under Khamenei's leadership, Iran expanded its influence across the Middle East. It supported Hezbollah in Lebanon, militias in Iraq, the Assad government in Syria, and rebel groups in Yemen. Khamenei framed these actions as resistance against Western dominance and protection of Islamic interests. Critics accused Iran of destabilizing the region. Iran's involvement in Syria, particularly in supporting President Bashar al-Assad, was one of the most controversial aspects of Khamenei's foreign policy. Yet he viewed it as essential to protecting Iran's strategic position. Sanctions, corruption, and mismanagement strained Iran's economy. Inflation rose, unemployment increased, and living standards declined. Over the years, Iranians protested against economic hardship, restrictions on freedoms, and government corruption. These protests were often met with arrests, internet shutdowns, and heavy security presence. Khamenei consistently portrayed protests as foreign-backed attempts to destabilize Iran rather than genuine public dissatisfaction. Despite rising frustration, his grip on power remained firm. Now in his 80s, questions about who will succeed Khamenei are growing. The supreme leader has spent years shaping Iran's institutions to ensure continuity. His legacy is deeply divided. Supporters credit him with preserving Iran's independence and Islamic identity. Critics argue he restricted freedoms and concentrated power. Regardless of perspective, his influence on Iran's political, religious, and military systems will last for generations. Ali Khamenei's journey from a young cleric in Mashhad to Iran's supreme leader is a story of revolution, survival, and control. Through war, protests, sanctions, and global tensions, he has remained at the center of Iranian power for more than 3 decades. Whether history remembers him as a protector of faith or an architect of repression, one truth remains: Ali Khamenei reshaped Iran, and his legacy will define its future.